Hi. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about arrival. Arrival. Um, so yeah, it's a really interesting question about arrival. Um, and obviously, it's very connected to time. To that, the person is time. The person and time is the same thing, and so this idea of arrival is very much linked to that. This idea of eventually in time arriving somewhere, achieving it, being at a full stop in time. Most people, or a lot of people, are like, the whole life is based around that, so that they have this idea that they'll work a certain amount of time and then they'll push through, and at some point they get to stop and then begin to enjoy life, enjoy living when they retire or something, or they're pushing through a degree to be finished, then qualify, and then they can finally start living their life and do their job or whatever, follow their interest. It's like yeah, very much linked to how the person is. Like it's all about time. It's all about future. It's all about arriving. So this idea that you are going to arrive at enlightenment is another idea based on that. You are someone who isn't there, isn't complete, isn't finished, and in time there will be that arriving. So you hear teachers and you imagine that they are someone who has arrived. They've arrived. You often hear like questions about the speaker, the teacher, questions around what they behave like, what they live like, all these so-called personal questions to try to understand and be able to measure and compare. Am I like them? Am I behaving, living like them? Am I there yet? So they become the benchmark. We imagine this perfect human being who's arrived. They've arrived at the end of their conditioning. They're at the end of their bad behaviors. They're at the end of their whatever it is. They've got some kind of solution, finish point. And this is like such an attractive carrot idea that somebody has got it. Somebody has arrived at perfection. It's such an attractive thing to imagine and project. This person is perfect. They've arrived at a finish point. It's such a yeah, alluring thing to project. Because if the teacher or whoever it is, teacher, person, if they haven't arrived, if they're not at this perfect place you imagine, then like what's the point in following them? Like you're following because you feel that you're going to emulate them and get to some finish point. If somebody hasn't arrived, then what's the point in following them? Like, like they can't offer you this idea of arriving. That's so funny. It's like, what what do they have to offer? You can't hold them up as some idol, as this like finished product. So it's such a interesting thing to look at. Your ideas about how this looks, your ideas about arriving at this point where da 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 da. It's such an illusion. It's such an illusion. But it keeps time in place. It keeps seeking in place. This idea of future attainment is so not true. It's so not true. The only attainment is this. What is? But that's not attainable because it just is. It's not something you can claim or you can have or you can own. It just is free. But no, the mind imagined this is about a person or a human being. It's about being a certain way. Me as a human being a certain way. Being something grand and special and important. It's such a trip. Such a trip. Such a trip that this isn't already it. Oh, such a lovely, lovely, lovely question. I shall I shall be back. Let's leave it at that. Lots of love.